Chapter 17.
Sister Bethel, you must be calm.
It was the Abbess again, and she sounded far from calm herself, considering that she was still shouting, which did little to improve matters.
Think of your patient. This behavior will only excite her. Where on earth is Muryet? Oh, God in heaven!
At that moment, all of the noise seemed to cease, as abruptly as a creature would shut a book. Instinctively, Salome glanced up. She stifled her cry of alarm in the nick of time.
Satan's name! What's Muryet doing over here?
It was obvious that the squirrel maid was still quite weak. She was leaning upon the back of a chair for support, even as she peered over the edge of the table. Those large, dark eyes seemed to drift about, never coming to rest upon anyone or any beast. A smile was plastered across her face, and she looked for all the world like a happy dibbon. Salome breathed in an inward sigh of relief. Muryet's mind was in another world, and it was unlikely that she saw Salome at all. Then, Muryet spoke in a whisper, addressing Salome, or some benevolent being that could not be seen.
Your Majesty, will you find Feline for me? You must find Feline for me.
Salome gritted her teeth. Hellgates! Muryet held out her paws beseechingly.
Will you return Feline to me? Oh, say you will, Your Majesty. Say you will.
Her voice was beginning to arise. Already Salome could see the faces of the abbey beast, standing several feet behind Muryet, so as to give her a decent berth. None of the creatures dared to speak for fear of startling her. Salome shrank back, praying that no beast would come close enough to realize that she was here.
Please, please!
Muryet was no longer whispering. Far from it.
Say you'll find her for me. Say you'll bring her back.
Salome did her best to meet Muryet's eyes, hoping that the squirrel maid saw and was paying mind to her, the very thing she had been dreading just moments before.
Yes.
She mouthed.
Yes. I'll find Feline for you, Muryet. I'll find Feline for you, see? Cross my heart and hope to die and drink molten iron. Now go and sit next to Sister Bethel, will you? Please?
All signs of unhappiness vanished. Muryet leapt to her feet, beaming fit to outshine the sun.
Thank you! I knew you would do it! Master Samuel will bring Feline back to me, and you will find her for me. Martin told me so. Thank you, Queen Salome, my fairy friends.
Salome? What in heaven's name?
As Abbess Elinor stepped into view, Salome realized that she was cornered. She reached up and grasped the edge of the table, hauling herself upright. The young ferret maid stood there, massaging the life into her limbs. They had fallen asleep after only a few minutes.
Miss Salome.
Abbess Elinor's voice was unusually quiet.
What in heaven's name were you doing, hunkering under a table like a homeless urchin in the middle of a rainstorm? And I certainly cannot remember giving you permission to leave your chamber.
Salome toyed with the sleeves of her pinafore, avoiding the abbess's eyes.
I got thirsty, Mother Abbess, Ma'am. There wasn't nothing to drink in our room.
Abbess Elinor pursed her lips.
Speak up, Missy. I cannot understand you.
Salome dared to lift her eyes a bit and cast a glance in Samuel's direction. Samuel averted his eyes, making it clear to her that he saw her no more than Muryet saw the creatures who surrounded her.
Mother Abbess, I
Fortunately for Salome, Muryet broke away from Sister Bethel and wandered over. She was glowing. Her ferrety friend had vowed to return Feline to her, had she not? And she was determined to share her happiness with the others.
Oh, Mother Abbess, Martin spoke the truth. I knew he spoke the truth. Didn't I tell you that he spoke the truth? What a wonderful day!
well,
Salome thought.
at least some beast is happy.
Abbess Elinor forced herself to smile and took the squirrel maid's paw.
Of course he did, little one. Come with Sister Bethel and me. You must rest now.
With the assistance of Sister Bethel, the Abbess steered Muryet out of Cavern Hole. Skipper Jondum followed, a loaded sling in paw. Apparently he was unwilling to let the matter of the walking dead rest. For now, Salome was forgotten, and this stung her far more than any thrashing or dishwashing sentence. Many of the Abbey beasts lingered about, awkward and uncertain. As their Abbess was no longer present, and the skipper had deserted them as well, not one creature had the courage to utter a word and risk igniting another civil war. Samuel was the first to take his leave. As he climbed the steps that led into Great Hall, Salome trailed after him. Samuel heard those footsteps, but he did not glance over his shoulder.
Don't come bothering me, Salome.
He hadn't spoken her name. She could not have known whether he was addressing her or the tapestry of Martin. Salome bit her lip.
That Abbess didn't send me back to the chamber. Suppose that means I can stay out here.
Samuel feigned deafness. Salome, uncertain of what she would say, fumbled with the sleeve of her pinafore and studied the floor stones. At last she spoke up in a small voice.
Sorry I called you a scum earlier.
Samuel held his dagger into the light. The blade was still coated with dirt, as if Rash, in a surge of contempt, had stuck it, hilt deep, into a puddle of mud. For the second time since the day he had driven it into the mad weasel ferret who had cornered Salome, it would have to be cleaned.
That ain't nothing. You were just trying to prickle me because you're my little sister. Shouldn't have called you a babe.
Salome came over to stand beside him. Samuel reached down and began to stroke her ears gently.
See what you went and did to my dagger, you little ninny?
Salome peered up into his face.
What did you come in Great Hall for, anyhow? I didn't know you cared for the tapestry of Martin.
Samuel flicked her ear.
I'd sooner sit and stare at your mousy little face all season than look at that tapestry and that excuse of a warrior. I came in here to get some peace and quiet. Should have known you'd want to come nose in and ruin it all.
Salome hesitated.
Samuel.
What is it?
Salome toyed with her claws.
What are we going to do now?
Samuel continued to stroke her ears and stared up at the tapestry. Salome could not help but to follow his gaze. Martin the warrior. What beautiful dark gray eyes he had, and they sparkled with a luster that was far brighter than the starlight of his blade. Samuel might talk as he wished about Late Rose of Noonvale and her untimely end. Salome liked to look at those gray eyes, to imagine that they had become clear enough to reflect the candlelight, as real eyes do. As it was, the picture warrior kept his smile bright for any creature who should pass through Great Hall, and gazed off at nothing, just as Muryet had done since this morning.
I don't know what we're going to do here, baby sister. I'd be lying if I said we have as much of a choice. Rash told the Abbess he has a whore behind him, and the Abbess is frightened out of her wits. Creatures are yelling that he's carrying a bag of rats as fleas, but Skipper Jondum wants blood. Huh, these woodlanders are queer. If the chief of the settlement had been in the Abbess's shoes, we would have been knifed to pieces for bringing the threat of death here.
Aye, knifed to pieces, just like the corpses of rats that Samuel had seen as a youngster, lying in the settlement's garbage trench, half buried beneath the rubbish. In the dimming candlelight, Salome's face was small and ashen.
Samuel, will they throw us out? The Abbey beasts.
Don't talk like a fool, Salome.
There was a harsher edge to Samuel's voice of a sudden.
You know the Abbey beasts ain't gonna toss us out.
After a pause, he added,
Don't suppose we can sit hiding behind the skirts of the Abbess's mouse much longer if this keeps up.
For several moments, neither Samuel nor Salome said anything. The lanterns and candles which provide the lighting in Great Hall, and which, on other days, were carefully tended, had been neglected since the day before. Already, most of the lanterns had become dim, and almost nothing could be seen. The silence was broken by the sound of footsteps. Some creature crossed the threshold into Great Hall, stirring up a draft of air as he or she passed. Several lanterns flickered and gave out. All of the lanterns that hung upon the wall against which Salome and Samuel stood were now cold. All but one of them. The glow of that lantern was so faint that the ferret siblings, who had not budged or even glanced up, might not have noticed it, if it had not cast its light upon the blade of Martin. Now, nothing could be seen at the blade, except a streak of silver white, so bright that it was almost eye-piercing. For a moment, Salome began to think that Abbess Elinor had been speaking the truth about the fallen star, and the blade-casting Badger Lord. Then, Marianne seemed to emerge from the darkness. The young ferrets would have yelped in surprise if they had thought of it. Instead, when the squirrel maid came over and held out her paw, Salome clasped it. Softly, Marianne sang,
"Retire nights, the elders of the garden, and every morn their meadows are renewed. As a gentle young sky maiden sings their praises, till the deeds, however ancient, and forever fresh and true. Do you wonder what they chant, praise, laid and fables of the days of creatures still with them alive? Would you wonder still, my child, if only you could see the undying hope and luster in their eyes?"
Samuel smiled a little.
You'd best go take your songs into the kitchen, Missy. Fried Jerome couldn't have got much cooking done this morning. He'll go mad without your help.
Marianne shrugged, returning the smile with a hint of bashfulness. She had spoken very little to Samuel and Salome since the last evening.
"He won't need me very much, Master Samuel. Gnome seems to have much in the appetite, except for Muryet, that is. She's done nothing but wander around calling me Your Highness and asking the friar for great platters of bread and cake."
At the mention of bread and cake, Salome squirmed uncomfortably.
Is that you, Princess Marianne? Or is it Queen Salome? I can scarcely tell. Dear me, it is dreadfully dark in here.
It was not a bit difficult for any of the three companions to tell who this was. Immediately, Marianne donned her sweetest smile. She sang out,
"It's only me, Salome, Master Samuel. Muryet, we're right over here."
Within moments, Muryet was standing directly in front of Marianne.
Your Highness, Princess Marianne!
She cried, almost breathlessly.
I have seen something! I have seen it!